Okay. Beat her. Let me show y'all boys one.
What's it up, baby? You already know. Big Boss Hog, Boss Dog, K-Po through the door. To talk this about this boy on his way to work. It's a rainy day in this Texas, you know. And kind of a sad day because, you know, my Texans lost. You know what I'm saying? But then a good day because my Raiders, you know what I'm saying, they hired Antonio Pierce. So it's good, you know, and it's good to Texans too because nobody expected them to get this far. You know what I'm saying? CJ Stroud, you know, did his thing this year. Nico Collins, you know, Singletary came on late. Will Anderson set a lot of franchise, you know, records as a rookie. So it was a lot of good things this team accomplished. I'm very proud of them. And sky's the limit, you know what I'm saying? You know, I was very impressed with, you know, how these dudes perform. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to keep it funky. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to the Texans, shout out to the Raiders. Now, let's get to me tell the situation. Rumors Terence Crawford is going to fight Tszyu. Let's discuss it. I've seen a couple of people make videos about it. I just been busy, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm going to give my 2 cents on the matter. Apparently, Crawford, you know, I guess if, you know, the Errol Spence thing, I don't know the situation with the Errol Spence fight. I thought that fight was next. But I guess, like, if Errol Spence can't fight right now, they're going to go up and fight Tszyu at 154, you know. And I'm going to talk about that Errol Spence matter in a minute. But for starters, I like the fight. Tszyu versus Terence Crawford, I like the fight. It's a good matchup. It's a dangerous fight for Crawford, I'm not going to lie, but I would favor Crawford in that because of Crawford's skill level. I do think Tszyu is a good fighter, but, you know, I think Tszyu's style is tailor-made for Terence Crawford. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. I don't see that being a competitive fight. I think Terence Crawford can dominate Tszyu and possibly stop him. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's to move up and go straight for Tszyu. That's a tall order. But yet again, for them to want Tszyu, they must see something that they can take advantage of. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying Tszyu is, you know, the best at 154, but he's a good fighter. I say this, I've seen Tszyu improve. Every fight he improves, he gets better. You know what I mean? And you know, Terence Crawford going up to fight Tszyu, I mean, I think he puts a beating on him like he did with Jeff Horn. It's gonna be bad because, you know, y'all crockies just can't take a break. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get a champion and then, you know, they get in there and get hands put on them and then he ain't a champion no more. So we got to keep a stacked bundle. But Tszyu, y'all remember he had that shirt and he had Crawford's name on that shirt. So those are the fights that, you know, he wanted. He wanted to fight Terence Crawford. So you know, I want to see the fight. You know what I mean? It's a good fight. Like I said, styles make fights, but, you know, I'll watch it. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'll buy it. You know what I mean? I just would favor Crawford. I think Crawford too skillful, buddy. Now, the thing I question is this. Now we finna get into me telling you a situation. All right, buckle up. So, you'll fight Tszyu at 154, but you won't fight Errol Spence at 154. That's the problem I have. Now, they're saying if they have to rematch Errol Spence, it's going to be at 147. I think Bomac just recently did an interview saying that. You know what I mean? So, why would you fight Tszyu at 154? You will go up to 54 to fight Tszyu, but you won't fight Errol at 154. That's what I question. You know what I mean? Like, you already beat him, you know? I mean, it shouldn't matter the weight. You know, it shouldn't matter what weight class you're in. You should be confident to be like, look, I don't care where we fight at, in the parking lot, in the back of the grocery store, in church. I don't care. I'm going to beat you. You know what I mean? You know, I don't care what weight, 200, 225, 195, don't matter, I'm going to beat you. You know? And that's the vibe that, you know, I mean, you remember a while back, Bomac even said, it don't matter the way Terence Crawford going to be Errol Spence. You know, we just better than him. So, why y'all, when it comes to Errol, 147, you know, but you're willing to go up to 54 and fight Tszyu at 154? I don't understand that. You know what I mean? That doesn't make sense to me. That's the only thing I question. Like, you're willing to go up there to fight Tszyu at 154, and I get it, he's a champion. But at the same time, it's like, you ain't fought at that weight class before. Tszyu is a big guy, right? Now, granted, Errol Spence big too, but Tszyu big. I think he's bigger than Errol, if I ain't mistaken. So, why not fight Errol at 154? You're already going to be there, you know? Especially if you say, hey, look, I'm going to fight Tszyu first, and then I'll come fight you, Errol. You know, you already at the weight. You know what I'm saying? It don't make no sense to put your body through that trauma of you going to 154, and then you got to come back down to 147. It's like, now, you know, now you playing with your weight and your body and all that. You don't need all that, man. So that's what I question, bro. I question from that aspect, why would you fight Tszyu at 154, but you won't fight Errol at 154? You got to fight Errol at 147. That's the only thing I question. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure there's other people that think the same thing. Like, wait a minute. The math ain't mathing, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You look at that, you like, okay, I like truthfully, I like that Tszyu fight for Terence Crawford. I love it. Pause. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta keep it in stack bundle. It's opportunity for him to get a WBO belt. Jermell Charlo got the rest of the belts. You know, I know Jermell Charlo dealing with some legal trouble right now. But Jermell Charlo got the rest of the belts. Then Terence Crawford. I think Terence will basically guarantee him possibly a fight with Jermell Charlo. You know, unless Jermell Charlo just dropped the belts to go to 160. You know what I mean? But they could do it like this. It could be bigger for Errol Spence. Because let's say this. Terence Crawford fights Tszyu, beats Tszyu, becomes the WBO champion. Then Terence Crawford say, look, Errol, we can fight again. Let me put my WBO championship belt on the line at 154. He could be doing that. You know what I'm saying? Bigger stakes, bigger fight. You know what I mean? Like, there's something on the line. Hey, that could be the case. It could be why he doing what he doing. I don't know. There's a lot of question marks with Terence Crawford. You know what I mean? That's why I be saying you don't really be knowing what Buddy be thinking or nothing, because he just be doing whatever. He'll say one thing and do something else. He might fight Errol at 154. You know what I'm saying? Terence is not a guy where whatever he say he gonna do, he do it. Like, he'll say something and then you like, okay. And then he'll come over here and say something else. You like, okay, wait. You said this over here. I think he do it on purpose, though. I'm not going to hold you. I think he just likes saying whatever. Because now that I've got to really cover Terence Crawford, I watched a lot of his fights, but I ain't really paid attention to him like talking like that. You know what I'm saying? Prior to me start covering boxing. You know? I start paying attention to, you know, his media stuff and him talking. And I'm like, okay, you said this over here. Then you go over here and say this. Then you go over here and say this. You know, then I'm watching you. You said this over here. You got a little smirk on your face. He like to say whatever. And he like to lead you on. You know what I'm saying? He'll say whatever. Just to get you to be like, oh, man, all right, man. Bow, blah. And then, boom. He go over here and do the opposite. You know what I mean? So, but overall, like I said, get back on topic. I like the fight. You know, Terence Crawford, Tszyu. You know, I question why he gonna go up there and fight Tszyu at 154, but you know, we shall see. I know it's a lucrative fight. It's gonna make a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? If I was Terence, I would go fight Tszyu in Australia. That's what I would do. You know, but I know Tszyu said that his last fight against Robert Mendoza, that was his last fight in Australia. But if I'm Terence, I'd be like, hey, we can fight in Australia. Because you can make a lot of money over there. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Let's go.